Hello, I'm Cathy. Welcome to my November reading journal, and this is Lunabird's Book Club. So my reading journals have had a very simple format throughout this year. This is my first year of doing reading journals. I've really enjoyed it. Rachel's been doing it too. And normally whenever I buy a book, read a book, or do anything book related, I just film a little clip, and at the end of the month I put it all together, and that's my reading journal. It's worked perfectly well until this month. November has just been so busy, and I'd only filmed one other clip this month talking about 2 books that I'd read, and I somehow managed to not record any sound on those clips, so those clips are not usable. And now it is Saturday the 30th of November. We have got to the end of November and I have no usable clips. But what I do have is a nice empty free Saturday ahead of me. And like I say, life has been really busy. So I think we're going to take advantage of this Saturday and make it a chill out, pottering around kind of day. And I thought maybe we can make this vlog like a reading wrap up plus a cozy day in the life. We might head out to a garden centre, might pick up a Christmas decoration, because every year Orla gets to choose a new decoration for the tree. We might tidy the house and get ready for Christmas. And I want it to be a mix of doing like a little bit of useful stuff, a little bit of fun stuff, and a little bit of talking to you about the books that I'm reading. And that's going to be November's reading journal, a little bit of a different one. So yeah, it's about 8:30 in the morning. I have already fed the child and I fed the cats. And I think I'm ready now to have a little sit down. I'm still in my pyjamas and I'm going to read my current book, so I can talk to you about that right now. And then after I've read a chapter or so, then I think I'll probably go get dressed for the day. So the book that I am currently reading is Lark Rise to Candleford. My mum and dad got me this book for my birthday, which was a really lovely surprise. So Lark Rise to Candleford is the memoir of the author Flora Thompson, recalling her early years in a very rural and poor hamlet, and her childhood was in the 1870s, 1880s, and she wrote this book, like 40 years later. So it's a really interesting book because it's obviously the author was writing it in a time that's quite distant from mine. So when she's talking about modern inventions and the impact they've had on her life, she's thinking about things like the wireless. And she's reaching further back in time to her childhood memories, and also trying to remember the life recounted to her by the elder people of the village of her childhood who were reaching further back in time. So it's really interesting. It's just a little book of description of what life was like for some farm labourers in a very tiny hamlet and what that was like. And I think the book progresses to a more modern time and to a few bigger towns the more we get into it. So I think I'm about 50 pages in so far. It's really compelling. It's told very succinctly. Sometimes I worry about reading about history books or non-fiction books that it gets like a bit technical, or it gets way down, or it gets a bit dull in the detail, but this is a very human book, and it's full of charm and humour and emotion and sweet stuff and sad stuff. There's some very beautiful anecdotes in here, so I'm really enjoying it so far. Oh, and also this book is illustrated, has loads of illustrations and pictures throughout to go with the story, which I enjoy. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself settled down and I'm gonna read this book for chapter 2, and then I'm gonna get ready for the day. Hi, had a little read, got dressed and ready for the day, and we're about to set off to go to Bent's Garden Centre. Yeah! So a little bit of all of that. We're going to go and look at the Christmas decorations and hopefully choose 1 or 2 to bring home. Hello! Hello! In the car. I said in that clip that we were going to Bent's Garden Centre. That is not true. It's Barton Grange Garden Centre that we're going to. Bent's is also lovely. Barton Grange is a bit closer, so we're going there. So sorry about that little correction, but any garden centre at Christmas is a magical place and we love them. Pink one.
It would be better if they moved around. I think I like this one.
Look at this deer. The deer's quite cute. But look at the deer. Oh my goodness. We're back from the garden centre.
Yeah, and I feel like dancing.
Orla feels like dancing because she's wearing an outfit that is a very sparkly. We've bought her a sparkly outfit for Christmas and she's just tried it on and she's dazzling. Hey. Okay, there you go. A little bit of Orla's sparkle and shine. You can still see the price label on the back because she's only just tried it on. Anyway. We're back from the garden centre and we did buy a few decorations we thought we'd show you. First up, I think we can show this because I don't think he's going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, Orla's doing a Secret Santa with her school and she has to buy something for a boy called Finley and we found this. We found this at the garden centre.
It's a penguin with sunglasses.
Sunglasses and Finley's name on it. It's got a little jingle bell. So we thought that could be part of Finley's Secret Santa gift and I think the chances of Finley seeing this video are very rare, so we'll show you that. But I thought that was really cute. Then, they're all wrapped up, so I don't know.
Which one's which?
I don't know which is which of the decorations we bought. Okay, so we bought 3 of these snowflake pendants because in our dining room we make a little bauble chandelier that hangs in the window and I thought these would be nice and catch the light and maybe give us a few rainbows around the room, I'm hoping. Okay, this next ones, these are also for...
It's very matching with my outfit.
Yeah, these do match your outfit. So these are also for a little bauble chandelier. And these are
it's like blue and white themed, and this is kind of blue, so it does it. And it looks really cool when you spin it.
It does look very cool. So these are like some iridescent icicles that you want to do spinning. Yes. I'm now not sure if these are a bit too vibrant for our bauble chandelier, but we'll try them.
And if not, they can go on the Christmas tree.
If not, they can go in the Christmas tree or somewhere else around the house. We'll find a place for them. I do like spinning it though. It's like a rainbow icicle. That's really cute.
Now I'm ready.
They look.
Wait, can you see it?
Yeah, they look way bolder on camera than they did in the shop. That looks really cool. So this is a decoration Orla chose.
It has little sparkles on there and a little gold crown.
Yeah, it's a little pretty swan. I think that's really pretty and delicate and will look lovely on our tree. So these are all of our little Christmas decorations that we bought at the garden centre.
And also, if you can tell, these two are different. Like this one's sort of a bronzy for a bit, and then this one's all rainbow.
Oh yeah, they are a bit different. Okay, I guess we should also talk about books. So the first book I read this month was A God in Ruins by Kate Atkinson. I got this book as a mystery book in a mystery book bag from the little bookshop. That was another haul. That was in my October reading journal. So I read that at the start of this month. It took a good while to read because it is quite long. It's about the life of a young lad called Teddy, who serves as an RAF pilot in World War II, and then it follows his life way into the future and into his past, and it's not told in chronological order, so we jump all over his timeline and kind of piece together his story and also how his life interconnects with that of his wife, his children, his sister, and his grandchildren. And it's kind of like a reflective piece. It's very ambitious in its scope. Even though it's focusing on this one family, it's kind of trying to touch upon the rise and fall of Britain in the 20th century, and the idea of disillusionment and the inevitability of death and decline, and the value of a single life. So it's literary fiction. For me, there was moments of brilliance in it, and I do like Kate Atkinson's writing as a whole, but I feel like as a whole this novel just never quite landed for me, especially because with a milestone. You see, the reason why I didn't land is like quite a big spoiler for the book, and I don't know whether to spoil it for you or not. Spoiler alert! I am going to spoil it a bit for you.
Click off the video in 3, 2, 1.
At the end of the book, there is a single line in a paragraph that implies that the majority of the book didn't really happen, and is instead the imaginings of what the life could have turned out to be. A little bit how, to spoil another book, is Atonement. I don't care about spoiling Atonement. That's the most overrated book ever, and it really annoyed me reading it. And this also kind of annoyed me. Oh, the gloves are off. So that, you know, it has a little bit of was it all a dream thrown in at the end, which I find frustrating. Also, there's a scene in it of Teddy's grandson undergoing quite a lot of trauma, abuse and neglect as a child, which jarred with the rest of the book, in my opinion. It just felt like that belonged to a different story, and it wasn't really tackled in any depth or sensitivity. I almost felt like it was there for shock value, and it just didn't sit right with me. And that might just be a me case, because I struggle to, I don't like reading about children suffering anyway in fiction. And there's enough sadness in the world, and sometimes my reading is an escape from that. But I do feel if you're going to touch upon those issues, they need to be really well done and earned within the page, and I feel like it wasn't quite earned. And there was a couple of techniques and bits in there that didn't quite hit home for me as well. One of the strains of the narrative is that Teddy's aunt used to write books about a fictional boy who was obviously very closely inspired by Teddy, and kind of like the Just So or the Just Williams stories of the 20th century. It's like an English boy getting into all kinds of mischief and being, you know, troublesome. So there's a fictional version of Teddy out there that Teddy sometimes feels he's being compared to. And that could have been interesting, but sometimes like there were actual chapters from those books inserted into this of like things that the fictional character was getting up to. And I just found that a bit tiresome, and there's a really long one of it right at the end of the book, and it just didn't add anything for me. So this is ambitious for some. You know, as a literary student, there's a lot to get your teeth into. There's a lot that you could discuss. There are interesting themes and devices and plots in here, and you could have a lot of fun discussions with it. As a reader just looking for a good time, I didn't really enjoy it, which was frustrating, but you know, I had a lot to complain about afterwards, and that is quite a fun thing to do for a bookish person. So I immediately messaged my friend who also reads a lot of books, so like, have you read this book? And she had read the book. She couldn't really remember a lot about it, apart from that her husband also hated the book. So I'm looking forward to the next time we see them, and I want a good long bonding talk of the reasons why he didn't like this book. So, you know, even the books we don't like can draw us together sometimes. So there's value in that. And some people will really, really love this book. You know, there's a right book for every reader. This wasn't the right book for me, but it'll be the right book for somebody. We've had a little bit of chill out time.
Yeah, I'm already in my pyjamas, even though it's like 3 o'clock.
Orla's already in her pyjamas. I will be joining the pyjama club soon, I'm sure. And we're going to go tidy Orla's room. Orla's just asked if I'll come help her, so I said yes. So we're going to go tidy Orla's room. maybe I'll show an after shot. Do you want a before shot too?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go do a before shot and then an after shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Orla's room.
This is the before. And
This is the
comments on
before.
the bed.
So
Which is so good.
we have a bit of a wardrobe going on. And we do have
A little kit.
a cat.
A little
Comet.
kitten. Hi.
We're almost done tidying Orla's room. She's just making her bed and putting her teddies in order. Whilst we were tidying her room, we ended up sorting through a whole load of her clothes. So this job's taken a lot longer than we first thought. But it was good that we did, because we have managed to clear out 2 bags worth of clothes to go to the charity shop and 1 bag of clothes to go in the rubbish. So let me just show you what we've done. There you go. Look at that. 1 full bag of clothes that weren't in fit state to pass on, and 2 bags of clothes that are fit to go to the charity shop. So really pleased with that. Orla's now got a lot more room in her drawers and wardrobes. We're still in Orla's room.
Yeah.
Orla is putting the finishing touches. She's arranging her cuddly toys, and I'm not allowed to get involved in that. Is that right, Orla?
Yes.
She's very particular with how they need to be. So whilst she's doing that, I'll tell you about the other book that I read this month, which was Women on Nature, which is a collection of 100 plus different female authors writing about nature from lots of different periods in history. It's got classic authors in there who you'll know, like Dorothy Wordsworth, Virginia Woolf, Jane Austen, and some that you won't know. It's got quite a high proportion of writers, modern day writers, and it contains lots of different types of writing. So there's poems in here, there's extracts from novels, there's essays, there's recipes, there's letters. So it's a really beautiful mixture and collection, and I really enjoyed reading it. I will say it was perhaps a little bit too heavy on modern day writings. Like there was a lot of essays written in 2021, which was when this book was published, and I think after a bit those essays, they become a bit samey. There's some current trends in nature writing that are very prevalent. So the idea of like you write a little bit about the piece of nature you're looking at, and oh, isn't it beautiful, I love this tree is so special, and you describe how it looks, and then you talk about the folklore of that tree, and then you talk about how it's threatened by modern day society, and then you weave in a personal tragedy, and then you just kind of keep layering that. It looks like this is the folklore, this is the conservation, this is my life crisis, and then eventually it's kind of meant to come together. And sometimes that's really effective, but when you read 10 of them all in one book, after a bit it loses its impact. So that was my one minor critique. Maybe a bit of the contemporary writings were a bit too all alike. So that's the fun of an anthology, isn't it? Like you get a collection of stuff and you discover what you really like and what doesn't work for you. And I feel like this set me up really nicely to start reading Lark Rise to Candleford, because that is a woman writing about nature and place and environment, and I am very much enjoying that too. So I feel like this was a nice bridge to my next read. I think we're nearly ready to show you Orla's room.
Now here is the after.
So here's the after. So much better without the wardrobe situation going on.
So I just made it, and then I...
Is there room for you in this bed?
Yes.
Including the elephant?
Yeah. I put her next to her sister. This came from a Kinder Egg.
Cute. And you've got more toys up here.
Yes.
Cuddly toys. They seem to multiply. So yeah, this is Orla's room. It's looking, I think, a lot tidier now. Orla, I think you did a great job with this room.
Thanks. And also we should take this down the stairs. I have no idea why it's here.
What is it?
It's a stapler.
A stapler? We don't need a stapler in here. Okay, so I've got one more thing that I'm going to show you today, because it's getting dark outside. I'm going to be making tea soon, and doing Orla's room took a lot longer.
It is literally dark.
It is dark outside. So doing Orla's room took longer than we anticipated, but we've had fun.
Yeah,
and I feel like
we sorted through a lot.
We sorted through a lot of things, and I think your room is now Christmas ready. What I'll do is I'll take you downstairs. I'm going to show you the living room, which does need a tidy up, which I might do this evening or tomorrow. And then tomorrow...
It's gonna be Christmasified.
It's gonna be Christmasified. Okay, so this is a room that I did not tackle today.
The cat is in the room.
The cat is in the room. Hi, Luna. Tomorrow, this room will be
Christmasified.
Christmasified.
Hello.
Hello. So it's the 1st of December. We have decorated.
Christmas vibes, our living room.
We have a Christmas vibe. Our living room.
And
Go.
this is the one I got from Barton Grange.
So that's my November reading journal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Rachel's reading journal wrap up is also out this weekend, so keep an eye out for that. We release new vlogs every Friday, so come back next week for more. I hope you're having a wonderful start to December, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Merry Christmas to you.